What do you think of when you hear the words AI race? You probably imagine brilliant coders hunched over laptops, crafting ever smarter algorithms. You might think about large language models like GPT, or the clever prompts that unlock their power. For the longest time, the narrative has been all about software, about who can write the most elegant code or train the most sophisticated model. And while that's part of the story, it's not the whole picture anymore. In fact, the most critical battlefield in the AI war is shifting right under our feet, from the digital world of software to the physical world of hardware. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you why the next great AI race isn't about software. It is a high-stakes competition for chips, data centers, and raw power. Let's start with what's happening in the world of AI models. The pace of improvement is just breathtaking. Every week, it seems like a new, more powerful model is released. But here's the crucial part. Many of these cutting-edge models are becoming open source. This means the brilliant ideas, the architectures, the training methods, they spread like wildfire. A breakthrough made in a lab in California can be replicated in a startup in Berlin in a matter of days. Software, by its nature, can be copied, shared, and improved upon by a global community. This levels the playing field in a fascinating way. If everyone has access to the same powerful software blueprints, where does the real competitive advantage lie? Well, what doesn't spread quickly? What can't you just download from GitHub? Think about it. You can't download a semiconductor fabrication plant, a fab that costs tens of billions of dollars and takes years to build. You can't copy and paste a nuclear power plant to energize your operations. And you certainly can't instantly replicate the massive, climate-controlled data centers that house the engines of AI. These are physical, tangible assets. Building them requires immense capital, complex supply chains, navigating regulations, and years of planning. Software is fluid and fast, hardware is slow, expensive, and solid. And that solidity is where the new moats are being dug, where the real, lasting advantage now lives. The game is changing from a race of bits and bytes to a race of atoms and infrastructure. To truly understand this shift, you need to grasp the sheer physical hunger of modern AI. We're not talking about running an app on your phone. We're talking about training a foundational model from scratch. This is an industrial-scale operation. It requires not one, not 10, but thousands upon thousands of specialized GPUs, all working in perfect harmony. These aren't your average gaming cards, they are high-performance computing units that cost a fortune. But just having the chips isn't enough. You need to connect them with high-speed, low-latency networking so they can communicate as if they were a single, colossal brain. A bottleneck in the network can bring the entire multi-billion-dollar operation to a crawl. And then there's the elephant in the room: power. These clusters of GPUs consume an astronomical amount of energy. We're talking megawatts of continuous power, enough to run a small town, just to train a single large model. Without this holy trinity of hardware, thousands of GPUs, ultra-fast networking, and a massive, stable energy supply, it is physically impossible to train or even run these models at the scale required to be competitive. Your brilliant software idea remains just that, an idea, powerless without the physical infrastructure to bring it to life. This reality has triggered a mad dash, a global scramble for resources that looks more like a 19th century gold rush than a 21st century tech race. The new gold, compute, companies are now in a frantic race to secure their supply of a few key things. First, the chips themselves. The demand for high-end AI chips, primarily from NVIDIA, has outstripped supply so dramatically that securing a large allocation of GPUs has become a primary strategic objective for every major tech company. It's not about if you can afford them, but if you can even get them. Second, energy access. Companies are now scouting locations for new data centers not just based on land price, but on proximity to cheap and abundant power. They are signing long-term deals with utility providers and even investing in their own renewable energy projects to guarantee the electricity they need for decades to come. And third, they're racing for land, specifically land suitable for building the next generation of massive data centers. The progress of artificial intelligence is no longer just limited by human ingenuity. It's increasingly constrained by these very real, very physical limits. Let's talk about NVIDIA, For years, they were known as the company that made graphics cards for gamers. Now, they are arguably one of the most critical and powerful companies in the world. Why? It's not because they have the best AI software. It's because they control the foundational hardware layer. Their GPUs have become the default choice for AI training and inference, giving them immense leverage over the entire industry. They don't just sell chips, they sell the picks and shovels in this AI gold rush, and their stock valuation reflects that strategic position. Then you have the cloud giants, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon Web Services. These companies aren't just competing on whose cloud platform is better. They are locked in a multi-billion-dollar arms race to build out their physical infrastructure. They are spending staggering sums of money to buy up as many of NVIDIA's chips as they can get, pouring concrete for new data centers around the globe, and securing the energy contracts to power them. They understand that in the future, controlling access to compute will be just as important as owning the best AI models. They are building the digital empires of tomorrow on a foundation of physical dominance. And it's not just corporations, governments are waking up to this new reality as well. They are starting to view AI hardware and the domestic capacity to produce it as a matter of national security and strategic infrastructure, on par with their own energy grids or transportation networks. Nations are passing legislation like the CHIPS Act in the United States, pouring billions of dollars into subsidizing the construction of new semiconductor fabs on their own soil. They want to reduce their reliance on foreign supply chains for the most critical component of the modern economy. The message is clear: if you don't control the hardware, you don't control your own technological future. The winners of this new AI race want to just be the ones with the smartest researchers or the most innovative algorithms. The winners will be those who control the compute, who secure the energy, and who can build and scale the physical infrastructure faster and more efficiently than anyone else. So, the next time you read a headline about a new AI breakthrough, remember the invisible giant lurking behind the scenes. Our dominance is becoming a physical game. It's a contest of manufacturing prowess, supply chain logistics, and energy politics. The next chapter of artificial intelligence won't be written in lines of code alone. It will be forged in the fires of chip factories, powered by continental-scale energy grids, and housed within sprawling data centers that are monuments to our new industrial age. The digital revolution is being built on a very physical foundation. If you enjoy these kinds of deep dives that cut through the hype to explain the real forces shaping our future, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We break down complex tech topics every week to keep you ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching.